storm. Baby, try to find my way as the lonely shadows swarm. Whoa, 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 I'm just a man missing you. Please understand, without you, I'm dying. No one will know how I bear my weight alone. In the end, I choose my solitude. No, I can go back to my days of innocence. I can't go back, there is no return. Another cycle of seasons is passes by, yet I cannot wonder, I wonder just where you are now. I can remember when that you are different and that you are yet more beautiful than before. Whoa, whoa, if you say that you are happier now and that's just the way you feel about everything now, well then I guess it's just the way that it is.
Hello there. Welcome. Happy Friday. How you doing? Welcome to stream. Welcome back to Case of the Golden Idol. I played the main game of this a while ago. It was great. Thought I'd check out the DLC. I hope y'all doing well. Yeah, it's called The Spider of Lanka. Hi, welcome. Happy Friday night. Can't believe it's still here. I might have forgotten to delete it. Listen, you can't prove it. You can't prove nothing. Was watching the VOD. Nice. Hope y'all have a good Friday. The hell song is this? Pirate Crew. Yeah, it's one of the bonus games that I didn't play. Yeah, what do you mean? It's not Layton or Ace Attorney? Yeah. If you didn't catch my stream of the base game or are not familiar with it, I don't think the DLC... I mean, I don't know. I don't think the DLC is like a direct continuation. I think it's self-contained. So, you should be fine to watch this whether or not you... although you should watch my VOD and buy this game and play it, because it's great. This game's heckin' neat. Yeah. Why would I delete Barsha? I wouldn't... Ah! Thank you. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. It's a direct prequel. Ooh. Even tastier. Early Boy, I This is a trap of my own making. We're not early, boys. We're kind of on time. We're like only a little bit late, boys. I normally start like half an hour after my scheduled start time, because that's when I'm like, okay, time to start stream, and then I'm like, okay, time to boot up the game. Wait, this is broken. Wait, this needs an update. There's always something streaming. That's the VOD of the first game. Yeah, there you go. So whenever I'm like kind of on time, people are like, what? What's he doing now? So, yeah, it's fine. We're not actually early. Less late than usual, gang. This post by what time zone is it, gang? They take time. Except I don't have any new emotes today. Well, I guess that's why we're on time. Anyway, I'm excited to check this out. Happy Friday night. Hope you're all having a good one. Thank you for the resubs and bits and stuff. Let me get caught up with those so we can hop into the video game. Pop time's good. Pre-stream chat, didn't have enough time. Sorry to cut off the conversation. Pre-stream chat. I had my streak yesterday. Welcome back, Tara. Thank you. I appreciate it. Central Standard Time, best time zone. I mean, you're the center. You're the keystone of the time stone. Yeah, it should be 2. Well, that's what the before I play the game 2 hours is for. Is for the pre-stream chat to bleed into the stream chat. But first of all, though, yeah, not GMT. Central Time Zone. This video game, specifically the Golden Idol DLC, which came out like a month and a half, 2 months ago, was recommended by Wheelie Boy. So thank you. I think it'd come up in one of the streams because I had heard about the DLC coming out and I was interested in it. I was like, I don't know how big or short it is, and someone said it was pretty beefy. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, also with Pooh Brain. If you didn't see the game, they're like kind of like detective-ish. You've piecing together clues, and by the end of the base game, it got pretty complicated. So I'm excited to see how it goes with this. Pooh Brain. As developer, I hate all time zones. Ban time zones. Just have a global median time, and just say it's 6 o'clock. Always. Starlight Supernova. Thanks for 50 months. Let's go. Thank you. Welcome back. You have 27% poo in your brain. That's not too bad. Not a werewolf. Thanks for 9 months. Enjoy your Ruby Key. I was so confused by a stream announcement because I'm literally in the middle of watching the VOD for this game. Oh. Not even just a VOD of something else. Damn. Gold. This new Ace Attorney looks wild. Yeah. It's pretty gnarly. That's a wild coincidence. Thank you. The VOD for this. Wait. The VOD for this stream that's happening right now? What time is now? Now. When will it be then? Soon. The mall looks crunchy. Yeah. A real-time time heist. I mean, listen. You're watching this VOD right now? How soon? I don't know about time zones, but I hate daylight savings. Yeah. Oh, time zone. Wait, huh? Like 10 minutes? We can't do Spaceballs. We can't do it again. The Edda, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Bone Zone. Love that. Thank you. Opa Kama, thanks for 13 months. Bar Thunk, back to VOD land for me. Hi, chat. Have a good VOD. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the Prime. I will never besmirch a Prime and Dash. Thank you. Hope you have a good weekend. Smash Matt, thanks for 50 bits. Birdo's a fun Mario character, and I love her. She's great. Here's hoping some murder mysteries will lighten the mood. Hey, hope you doing alright. And thank you for the spooky skeleton bits. Barsha, watch out for that football. Peter hits Marsha in her nose with a football. Brady Bunch footage. She sure did get just bopped in the face. This is quality content. Especially to rhythm-heavy music. Go for perfect. Bum, 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 bum. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she's fine. She's fine, probably. I don't know. You think I know about the Brady Bunch? Minimat, thanks for 100 bits. Less late than usual, gang. Thanks for the bits. Two-Face Tony, thanks for 17 months. And Pedro, thanks for 20. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good, Pedro. Thanks for the Prime. Thanks for 20 months. Appreciate it. Did you play the non-DLC on the stream? Yes, I did. I if memory serves. Hey, Weep. If memory serves, that when I streamed it, I was like, okay, I can't do the full game because I have obligations later. And then I ended up playing the whole game and being late because I was really enjoying it. And chat's like, hey, there's only one more level. Not, of course, letting me know that the final level of the base game is a doozy. But I really enjoyed this game. I adore whatever this subgenre of mystery game detective, like this and OBRA DINN, are kind of just hanging out in this genre by themselves. There's probably other stuff. There have been some recommends in the doc. In fact, when I was looking up to see who all had recommended this DLC, there were a couple people who were like, because you played Case of the Golden Idol, here's another game that's kind of like it. So there are more in that genre, but where it's just like, it's like purely deductive reasoning. You're just given evidence in a scene, and it's up to you to find where those connections are. Like, obviously, they're not. It's deductive. Just OBRA DINN, so good, so good. And this definitely scratches a similar itch. It's a different take on the same sort of idea, but OBRA DINN-LIKES, yeah, DINN-LIKES. Play Jumpstart 3rd grade. It's just like Case of the Golden Idol. I mean, listen, toss it in the dock, and I'll take a look at it. I would love for it to just be like really early, like CD-ROM graphics and audio, but it's like a murder mystery and you're piecing it together. That'd be great. The Outer Wilds DLC, yeah, I did a stream of it. I didn't finish it on stream. I finished it off stream. And I'm glad that I did. The final chunks of the Outer Wilds DLC, I mean, it would have been fine to stream. It just turns into a lot of like I can't talk about it without spoiling things, but it's like, in a very vague sense, a lot of the Outer Wilds DLC turns into you finding a thread you can pull on and then just like trying to find where you can tug on that thread. And I feel like if I was streaming it, I would have just been like, all right, chat, just tell me where to go. Whereas because I wasn't streaming it, I was like able to grind through it and figure out like, okay, here's where I can do this thing. And then it's like, oh my God. So I'm glad I had that experience. It would have been fun to share it, but I'm glad I played the start of the DLC on stream though, because just the reveals of how that DLC is connected to the base game are so cool. I did a stream of Disco Elysium when it came out, and that's a game I have never finished. that stayed installed on my computer for like a year and a half before I begrudgingly uninstalled it and was like, I'll reinstall it when I actually intend to sit back down. I did watch the entire 2-hour video breakdown of what's happening with Zaum and Disco Elysium. The People Make Games YouTube channel did a 2-hour breakdown where they did interviews with people. If you're not aware, Disco Elysium's development has been quite fascinating behind the scenes, and what has proceeded in the intervening years since that game came out. It's a lot. To put it in a nutshell, the original creative people that came up with the world and lore and backstory and like narrative of Disco Elysium were kind of kicked out of the company that made it after the game came out. And there's a lot of he said, she said, a lot of fingers pointing. There's legal proceedings taking place. It's messy. It's a lot. And it's just extra fascinating because of the parallels you can draw between what's happening in the real world and what happens in the world of Disco Elysium, the kind of world that it is. It's just kind of like... But I really appreciate People Make Games' take on it. I feel like the public narrative has been very much like these poor artists are being kicked out of this company by corporate greed. And I'm not saying that's not what's happening, but their version of it is a bit more nuanced, a little bit more getting into the weeds of like, here's actually... It ultimately comes down to like whose version of events is correct. It's impossible to say. But it is a little bit, I don't know. It's an interesting story if you're interested in that kind of thing. I recommend. Also, in general, the People Make Games YouTube channel just has some very good stuff on there in general. But anyway, no. But I did do a single stream of it where I roundhouse kicked the dude, and it was fun. I learned a lot about the people at Zombie. Someone didn't change my perspective on the issue. That's fine. A video like that's not, I don't think, ever trying to be like, here's what you should. I feel like good journalism, which I would say that video to be qualifies very strongly as, it's about letting you continue to do your own research or giving you a launching point to learn more about it, or at the very least, give you more context, have a more nuanced take on it, rather than just, here's the headline, now walk away with that being the version of the narrative. If you care. If you don't care, then don't listen to it. Thanks. Yeah, all the VODs are on my VOD channel, so. Their Roblox 2 part lives around free. Yeah, the people my game stuff about Roblox was well done. It's very good. Wish I played before then, so this is probably changed for the worse, probably. Well, the game itself isn't going anywhere. And it don't listen, don't worry about it. it's the game still exists, and the game's still very, very good by all accounts. But yeah, since I played it, they added full voice acting to the game, which is kind of nuts. But as a game dev myself, yeah. Don't worry about it. Just listen. Just look at the spinny golden shiny boy, and then look at him go. My dice roll ones. Thanks for 8 months. I just tried to make ice cream from green peas. Wasn't bad. Definitely wasn't good either. I could just feel like that'd just be kind of bland as an ice cream flavor. Like, I feel like you'd have to use so much peas to get any kind of flavor out of that. Pea scream. Well, pea scream just in all caps feels like the name of a transformer. Like, obviously I'm thinking of Starscream, but it's just, there's something about that lit up some neurons in my brain. So thanks for that. Peck your beak. Smash thanks for 96 bits. That's a lot of bits. This is the only thing I knew about Brady Bunch. Marshing in here with the football and having a flat nose for the rest of the episode. Future stream highlights was... Oh, the clip you made. Thank you for clipping that. Did you know that if you make clips, then Gam has more to work with when he makes the monthly highlights? Shoutouts to Gam. And also there's monthly highlights on the VOD channel. They're great. I love them because I get to go, oh, that's what happened that month. Streams are just a blur for me, man. Carrollton XD. Thanks for the prime. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Welcome to the house. Thank you. Enjoy your crayon scribbling of a key next to your name. And I thank you for it. Welcome. Mac LaFame. Thanks for 10 months. That's a lot of months. Barry time. Barry says things that are funny. How dare you? Sometimes. I made cinnamon ice cream. Cinnamon? Now that sounds like a flavor that would work well with ice cream. Green peas, like, I would try it. I would just imagine it wouldn't have a lot of flavor to it. So anyway, thanks. Let's play this video game. So this is the case of the Golden Idol. The DLC is called The Spider of Lanka. It came out a bit ago. And it seemed, I mean, I just want to play more of this game. And that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah. We got 3 new missions, 3 new bodies have been... yeah. Okay, we'll get to that. What's going on over here? Well, Oh, okay. So someone said it's a prequel before the base main game. This must be the place. Play Pajak? This must be the place, same as it ever was. Okay. All right, well. Golden Idol Mysteries, The Spider of Lanka, the overly enthusiastic card game tournament in the Yellow Lily. How enthusiastic were they? Pretty enthusiastic. Sat Pajak, play Bojack. Is this the game from Kodor? Is that what? I have never played Kodor. Okay, let me turn that up a smidge. They were... Oh! This clue's been added to the thinking panel. Oh, they poured the ink. Uh-huh. So we got some boars, some men. Is he a centaur? I think he's a centaur. We got some peasants. P is for peasant. It's just like Peasant Quest. Okay. That's me back there? Where? This one? A Qatar blade. A sword. A blue rosette. Man is not breathing. Chakram throwing blades. Oh, the centaur looks like me. Yeah, sure, I see. Okay, yeah, all right. Peasant Quest must be a parody of King's Quest. Oh, yeah. Is very good. Oh. Oh, we have different games happening here. Oh, and then there's the... Okay, all right. He's not breathing. He's got an arrow pointed at a fish on his arm. A clean dagger. A clean Navajo knife. Yellow rosette. Almost empty flask of rum. Oberon wants to embarrass himself again. Round up 3 and Reuben from the ship and meet at the Yellow Lily around 10. Quartermaster. So if you haven't seen the base game, this seems to just be like, we assume you know what you're doing. You have this murder scene, right? And as you're going around, you're getting these words, because just from exploring what happened, you're getting the bits of what happened. Did I turn off highlights? Oh, did I? I don't remember. But then once you have things to work with, you go from exploring to thinking mode. And this is where you piece together, here's the names of these people, here's where you put together what happened. You express your understanding of what happened. It's great. Next to the hint button. There it is. Yeah. You know what it is? I think I booted the game up and turned that off to take a screenshot for the VOD thumbnail. And then didn't think I was going to turn the game back on because I didn't know they were making DLC. That's what happened. Thanks. Whoa. This man's not breathing. A long rapier is stabbed in his back. Oh, hey, Dave. Thanks for the bits. A half-empty flask of rum. A necklace made of human ears. A blue rosette. A big and slightly bloody knife. It's very slightly. It doesn't look bloody at all. A loaded pistol. Quartermaster, this time I will beat you in Pajak. Get your crew and we shall play in the 8-player tournament at the Yellow Lily. Oberon. All kinds of fun murder weapons. Yeah, you love it when you have a million different murder weapons already. Oh. Ouch. Ooh. Maybe it's like, you know, like one of those headbands looks like an arrow's gone through you. It's a stiletto with a clean blade. A dagger. A poignard knife. Hold on. Oh, this is a poignard. A long, lightweight thrusting knife with a continuously tapering, acutely pointed blade and a crossguard. Historically worn by the upper-class noblemen or members of knighthood. Similar design to a paring dagger, it emerged during the Middle Ages, was used during Renaissance in Western Europe. The archaic word spud in English could refer to a poignard. Is that a spud? It's not a spud, it's a poignard, you clod. I like English. Yellow Lily card house rules. Broke something, pay for it. Too drunk to play, get out. Lost all of your money, game over. Someone cheated, sort it yourself. Management accepts no liability if you decide to play against Bill. The G accent, poignard. It's French. Ah, that makes more sense. I like poignard. Bill. Okay, we'll get to those guys. Hold on. You? The man is asleep and appears to be completely drunk. Almost empty flask of rum. June 8th, 1741. It is crucial to our operations in the South Seas to secure trading fortresses in the Lanka archipelago. Regrettably, Lemuria continues to object to it and advises the local rulers against our presence. The Lemurians cannot project their power directly, but they still have the spiritual authority in the Lankan kingdoms, which used to belong to the now crumbled Lemurian Empire. The Lemurian influence on Lanka must be broken. Cooperate with our agents in the region, in particular. Mage, widower, and doctor could prove useful. Remember, your reward for a job well done will be enormous. SSC. If there are specific references to the base game, they might go over my head. It's been long enough that I forgot specific names and things. When drawing lots for match pairings, arrange it so the newcomer plays against the best player here. He wants to test his skills. A yellow rosette, a stiletto with a clean blade, a clean sword. What kind of a sword? A clean sword? Are we doing a colonialism? Perhaps. A huge and bloody mace. A man is not breathing, has a harpoon sticking out of him. Yellow rosette. My strong friend, join me tonight for the Pajak tournament at the Yellow Lily. Bill will be present. So long as he wins, however, he does not become crazed. Let the Bill win. No, a real Seven Seas Company, I think. That can make sense. Speaking of Bam Bam, I just watched the, they did a Monster Factory. Griffin and Justin McElroy did a Monster Factory for Street Fighter 6, and I almost choked on my dinner. It was... It's been a long time since I've watched the Monster Factory. Apparently, I've been making them on their channel for a while. I didn't realize I have a bunch to get caught up on. If you've never seen it, I recommend looking up the series Monster Factory by the McElroy brothers. They just boot up games where you can custom create a character and they make a creature. and they come with a little name and a little story form. It's great. SF6 character creator is grotesque. Yeah, I didn't really mess with it on my stream because I already knew I wanted to be Kiryu, but watching them discover some of the options they give you and what it does to the body is very fun. Please bring Gabriel as a precautionary measure should Bill lose his temper. Oberon. Borth Thompson. Yeah. A yellow rosette. Okay. Tournament card. Okay, this is gonna, yeah, we got a lot of names here. He had 420 points. Nice. Oberon Geller was in the tournament. So he was like setting everything up, but also Bill Price. Okay. And then this is where we were at when shit went down. That's good to know. We got another table here. Okay. Hello, what did I miss? Oh, right. Oberon wants to embarrass himself again. Round up Sri and Ruben. Oh, I just didn't click on the names. That's right. And then we have another game here. So this... Is this part of the game? Because this one is covered up. Oh, it's a chalkboard. It's like for keeping score? But that's the only one that okay. Then you two. Let us leave this oh, look at the animation on his face. Ooh. That looks like a faux, like 3D kind of thing. Oh. It's a win tally. Yeah, I wonder if it's rounds or if it's like tallying up the single game as it was presented. I'll figure it out. Let's leave this unsavory watering hole. You do not appear to have sustained any serious injury. Perhaps a stiff drink will help settle your nerves. So they are leaving. We're perhaps part of the tussle. A surgical kit. Dr. Oberon Geller. He's Oberon. Wait. Was Dr. Oberon Geller a character in the base game? That does ring a bell. He was much older. Yeah. He was, right? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You can go check. I could go check. You're right. I could very easily just go over here. Was this man Oberon? That's Peter Batley. Wait. Hold on. Go to the lighthouse. Yeah. I think one of these guys was Oberon. Nope. I was thinking of Alistair Cock, I think. Who am I thinking of? He was in the very first story? Oh, he was in the first story. He was one of these two? He's the... Oh! Ooh. Oh. So we know what happens to old Oberon here. And this... Okay, that's why it's a prequel. So this is when Albert Cloudsley stole the golden idol from Oberon Geller. So presumably we're gonna learn how Oberon came upon the idol, or maybe he already has at this point, or learns about it. Huh? Okay, neat, great. So that's this fucker. Cool. I love video game. What in the blazes? They're all dead. Thank you for saving my life, kind sir. He has a yellow rosette. My dear Zubiri, upon my arrival in just a few days, we will depart Jempupur together. While you await me, I beg you to continue to apply yourself to your studies. As Lemurians, we may be held in high regard in Lanka. We must not become careless and besmirch the Kara family name. Father? Are you skilled at Pajak? Test yourself and win money in this grand tournament. June 11th at sundown at the port in the Yellow City. In the Yellow Lily. Okay. So we can put together some stuff. So this gentleman is Zubiri Kara, right? Right there. Yep. Zubiri Kara, and then that man is Oberon. First name was Gabriel. Wait, that's not Oberon. That's Geller. Oberon Geller. I don't know which one is which yet. Right? Oberon Geller, yep. Do I know what anyone else is? Quartermaster. He's the I mean, it seems like he might be Bill, but don't know. That pig looks like you drew it. I don't take that as a wrong way at all. That's a compliment as far as I'm concerned. If I could draw a boar half as good as that, I'd be happy. So I will probably... Yeah. We'll probably have to figure out who's who by figuring out who was playing which game. Because each table has these 2 rosettes, and some people have rosettes on them. So I think we need to figure out what the rosettes mean. Because, oh, but this guy has one of these rings that's in this guy's head, the chakram. All right. So that guy killed that guy with the chakram. Yeah, the boar on the card seems to be like the logo of the game. So let's see. Oberon defeated Carlos Luna, and then he was going against Sri Thagson. So he shot someone, presumably an empty pistol. Yeah. So who has bullet wounds? This man has a bullet wound. Okay, so this man here is the guy he was going up against, Sri Thagson. That's him. There. Done. Then it was a cooking stream. Oh, we're cooking. Who killed who as part of it? Absolutely. As for beyond that point, I don't know. There's a bloody mace, as well as a spear. So that's 2 bloody weapons. This man's been impaled. Oh, this man was hit with the mace. Okay. So it seemed, well, he hit him. Who hit this guy with the spear? Maybe you? I don't know. He's got a bloody knife. Who was stabbed with a knife? Oh, he was slashed with a knife. So maybe they were... Hold on, who was he up against? He was up against Bill. So Ruben had already defeated. Their match was still in play. And he was the new one, unranked, because that's what the note that he had. Make it so the newcomer plays against the best player, who is Bill. And this has got to be Bill. And Bill lost and went nuts, and that's probably when everything went to shit. So this man is Bill Price. Bill. Okay. Who killed whom chronologically? Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Or the Pajak card starting with strongest, ending with weakest card. I gotta figure out how the game works. Blank blanked a blank game to blank thought blank had blanked, so he tried to take blank's blank. Probably thought that he cheated and then went nuts. Okay. So we have... So Carlos was already out of the game. So this might be Carlos. Because he lost and then just got drunk. That seems plausible. Whereas everyone else was still invested in the game. Oh, this is showing the order. So there are 3 rounds played, and that's what's shown here. So it was blue, yellow, and then blue. Which means it has to have been these 2. Okay. So this is where Oberon went against Carlos Luna. Which I thought was... Wait. I mean, it could have also... Well, no, their game was in progress. Yeah, love Mad Libs. I mean, it's kind of murder Mad Libs. So... Who has the heart of the cards? Bullet Man? Bullet Man? Well, I thought this man was Sri Thagson. Why did I think that? Because they hadn't started their game yet. So maybe not. Maybe not. This exact level before. I've played this game before, but not this level before. Maybe he's not Sri Thagson. Maybe they hadn't even gotten to their game yet. In which case, maybe that. A structure that's like a hint system. Yeah, well, it's like the way that it's put together is very good. I want to get all the names first. I feel like it's doable with just this. Because what makes sense to me is that Bill flew off the handle first. He slashes this guy, and then that leads to someone stabbing him, and then it just all just goes nuts from there. Because also their game hadn't ended yet. Pre-round matches will all be played before the next round. Right. Yeah, so I think this is just saying who had won each of them. I don't think they'd started on that game yet. So OBRA was probably still hanging with Carlos over here. I'm gonna say this is Carlos. Where is Carlos? Carlos, what was it? Luna. If that's Carlos Luna, then why would he be here? Oberon is a good name. The match is on the far right. Well, that's why I'm like, I probably need to figure out the game. I've been putting it off because I'm scared, but let's say this is Carlos Luna, right? So he lost to Oberon, and then Oberon was gonna go against Sri Thagson and Pandula Senevi, Roman Hendricks and Gabriel Hubert. That's why it's small. Yeah, she's tiny and he's tiny. In body and spirit and brain. Join me tonight for the Patrick tournament. As long as he wins, he doesn't become crazed. Please bring Gabriel as a precautionary measure should Bill lose his temper. So Oberon wrote this to my strong friend, which seems to be this gentleman. Join me for tonight for a tournament. Bill will be present. This guy. As long as he wins, he'll be fine. Bring Gabriel as a precautionary measure. So this man is not Gabriel, but he brought someone named Gabriel to keep him in check. So Gabriel's probably the one who killed him. Maybe this guy? Actually, wait, this might be hold on. This might be Gabriel. This man was told to bring Gabriel. Gabriel sees Bill go, starts slashing. He takes him out. Yeah, because his blade is clean. So he stabs him. And then this guy's like, whoa, that guy just stabbed him. I'll take him out, which makes this guy knock him out. And then the doctor's like, let's get the fuck out of here. I think he cascaded like that. So who, okay, wait. So if that's Gabriel was playing against Ruben. Gabriel Hubert. So Gabriel was playing against Ruben. Maybe that's Ruben? Ruben won and was going off to the next round. It was Xena, the warrior princess? I don't know how why he would be that so drunk that, well, if he won 2, then they don't even care about the third, so then maybe that's why he got drunk. He's just like, I'm already good for the rest of the round. So maybe that does work. We'll try it. I'm not extremely confident about that, but that's Ruben Hendricks. And then we got these two here, which are gonna be Sri and Pandula. And I don't know who's who, but I can just guess. Sri Thagson and Pandula Senevi. Daniel's not feeling correctly. What if these two are these two? Yeah. Okay, so how could I have known who's... Oh, probably from their game. I probably could figure out between the two of them, Sri won 2. So meaning he was the winner, so he has a yellow rosette and he has a blue... So, okay, no, that's not who won. That's which player they are. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. So from this, I could feasibly determine who won 2. But then how would I be able to go, like, if I'm like, okay, that means Sri won, how would I know which one is Sri? It still could be either of them that actually won. What was the ink poured over the Mancala thing? This is ink poured over the scoreboard. Look at the scoreboard. This scoreboard? How? This doesn't tell me which player is which. What's the game? How y'all doing? Hey, Apricot. The color's in the middle of the table. For 20, nice. Nice. No, so, okay, my question is, well, I know Zoo because I ruled it out to, like, I know I'm pretty confident about everyone except for these two. But I'm trying to figure out, like, how could I have deduced? So if, let's say, hypothetically, I figured out that this player, these points, whatever, add up to Sri's total. Okay, so I'm like, okay, the blue player was Sri, that, because I got it. I got it. I'm good. Okay. I don't know. We're fine. We're fine. It shows you who they are. That is exactly the order you have to figure it out. You have to figure out who which is which, and then you can pair it to which play they are. We're fine. We're fine. It's too early in the game to be that poo brain. Okay, let's try to figure out. So this is the one where we know. So game 1, boar against peasant, boar wins. Game 2, 1 centaur beats 2 archers. Game 3, 1 archer beats 1 boar. I'm gonna have to write this down. Okay, so boar beats peasant. Centaur beats 2 archer. Archer beats boar. And then that... So this game was the game between Carlos and Oberon. So Carlos was yellow. He was the bottom. He wound up with 420 points. So yellow, 420 points. Blue, 640 points. So how in the hell... Well, they only played 3 cards. So yellow, this adds up to 420 somehow. The numbers mean this, by the way. Rad. I was just thinking, like, I don't know if the numbers matter. I think probably the relationships matter more than the number amounts. Let's not worry about the numbers unless we absolutely have to. So then over here, we have the game between these 2 gentlemen, Pandula and Sri. So that went to Pandula and then Sri and then Sri. And Pandula, which one was which? Pandula is this gentleman. So he won the first round as yellow. Okay. So 2 centaur beats boar. Centaur beats archer. We know centaur beats 2 archers, so of course centaur beat... Well, I guess I shouldn't assume. Maybe 1 archer beats a centaur, but 2 doesn't. And then archer beats boar. That we already had from the last game. Okay. Over here is... Who is Ruben? So Ruben won 2 as yellow. So archer beats peasant. 2 archer beats 2 boar. So 1 archer beats 1 boar and 2 archer beats 2 boar. But I would assume 2 boar beats 1 archer. I just don't know. And then finally the centaur beats the peasant. Okay. And then our 4th game over here was the game with Bill. So we don't know how any of their game went. So we have to just figure that out. So with their game, it was boar beats peasant, that we know. And then I'm assuming the centaurs cancel each other out, meaning we're left with archer beats boar. And then archer beats peasant. So he won every round. Yellow, which is... Yeah, he had the yellow. Okay. What I don't understand about this game is if you play it simultaneously or not. Because if it's best 2 out of 3 and then you've won 2 in a row, why would you play a third hand? So it must be played simultaneously. You must like flip them all over at the same time or something. The score? Maybe score. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to figure this out. Bill got swept as fuck. Why would you ever play peasant? Presumably you only have certain cards, so you're trying to like minimize. I think you're trying to predict like where they'll play their cards, because you can burn a peasant. I mean, if Bill had 2 peasants, that's pretty rough. But you know, you could have like doubled up on peasants in one and then played a centaur and a boar separately, and I don't know. It's ranking, yeah. I get the vibe. I got the vibe you play all 3 at once. Bar boar. It's my brain one. My brain wanted to do. Thank you. I'm just gonna try to focus on the game. Maybe Bill's know what the fuck he's doing. He's their best player. He definitely knows what he's doing. I don't know why he would think he was cheating, though. Other than the fact that he had really good cards, but I don't know enough about how the game works. But maybe I have enough to be... Storm the strongest, ending with the weakest card. So, it seems that Centaur is the strongest. Because Centaur can literally beat 2 archers. And archers are stronger than boars. So, yeah. And then archer, and then boar, and then peasant. Good. I should go to the bar boar. Use the real boar. Mm-hmm. Maybe Bill's know he's gonna, fuck chat. No. Blanked a blank game. So, Pajak game. Treated. Wait. Lost. There. Lost the Pajak game to blank. Blank thought blank had cheated. So he tried to take blank's money? Ear? Is this the man with the ear necklace? Yes. And then he cut his... Yes. Okay. That was a bit I hadn't put together. So he tried to take Zubiri's ear. Bill thought Zubiri had cheated. Is it still just is it just Zubiri and Bill back and forth? That seems like, okay, that's a lot of just the same names back and forth, but okay. So Bill lost the Pajak game to Zubiri. Bill thought Zubiri had cheated, so he tried to take Zubiri's ear. Good. Who killed whom chronologically? Here's the real meat of it. I don't know what's a joke and what's legit backseat. Let that be a warning for you, chat. Yeah. Thank you, Weep. I do not mind chat putting stuff together on their own. Unless you've played the game already, in which case, zip it. Just smile or post diddles if you've played this. But if you haven't played it, you can join me on this adventure. So, first, who killed whom chronologically? So the first death was probably Bill. And Bill was killed by Gabriel. Gabriel killed Bill. And then someone killed Gabriel. It was Sri. And then Sri was killed by Pandula. And then Pandula was killed by Carlos. And then Oberon killed Carlos. Pretty sure. I'm more lost than Barry. Thanks. So he was killed with a long rapier. So that's there. And then Sri got him with the chakram. Pandula got Sri with the mace. What? Carlos got Pangela with, what did he get him with? The spear. A harpoon. Oh, he's a fisherman. That's why he's got the arrow pointing at the, that makes sense. I love this. And then Oberon got him with his pistol. Bring that in. Yeah! The scroll has been fulfilled. The young Lemurian Zubiri Kara, bored of his studies, went down to the Yellow Lily to participate in a Pajak tournament. He played against the skilled but hot-headed quartermaster Bill Price and won. Bill, incredulous that he could have lost to a newcomer, accused Zubiri of cheating and tried to take his ear. Because presumably he takes the ear of anyone that cheats. Nice. Part 2. Today is the most important day in your life, children. I don't like the way that elephant's looking at me. Oh, it's Yoshi. You will meet a Lemurian saint. And other powerful people. Okay. Thanks for the hydrate. Children. It's a Yabi. I can't wait to see this guy's face here. Look how happy he is. The unfortunate accident at the Raja's court. Alright. He's pogging. Send him back to Risk Rain Planet. Okay. I don't immediately see a murder. So that's encouraging. Hey, there he is. I did not expect my first 7 Seas assignment. Hey, yeah, 7 Seas, you're right. To conclude so shockingly. No wonder these savage countries need to be civilized, sir. Albert Cloudsley. We must strengthen relations with Abhaya, the Radiant, in order to establish a trading outpost in Lanka and bring these 4 locally produced pigments to Europe. Usharik, produced in mines filled with toxic gas. Aphid, gathered from silverback piranha-infested lakes. Lakwa, harvested from the nesting crickets. And Sector, gathered from the Sector spiders. The spider of Lanka. Our cultural tolerance department. Your what? Has provided a gift, a statue appropriate to these devil-worshipping societies. Find out if they appreciated it. Consider pretending to be a devil worshipper too. 7 Seas Central Office, Ludenberg. Great! He has a sword. He also has a 7 Seas Company Associate Travel Guide. Navigation by star. Once you're facing North Star, you are facing north. Oh. Navigating by crescent moon. Imagine a line joining the endpoints and down into the horizon. That direction is south. I don't think that's how the moon works, but I guess that means that direction is south. Important! 7 Seas Company Associate Travel Guide. On the island of Lanka, as with many other former colonies of the Lemurian Empire, the lingua franca is Common Lemurian. This is an example of Common Lemurian script. Note that the honorific master is followed by the surname. For the last century, the island of Lanka has been divided in 3 kingdoms, each named by their ruler's family. They are Jaffna, Gamini, and Vijaya kingdoms. Each kingdom is ruled by a Raja who subjugates the peasantry, enabling the cheap production of cloth pigments and spices. Lemurian is French. Lingua franca just means yeah, French. Eat the gift with your mouth. Tobacco. A pipe. Albert, I will not be able to accompany you on your first 7 Seas mission. A pressing matter requires my attention. 1. Ignore whatever rubbish Central Office has suggested. 2. Befriend Putra. He has the Raja's ear. 3. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It is meant to be a surprise. So he was given paper that was like, put it in a spoon, put it in his mouth, and then presumably he died of poison. I'm just gonna assume if I go in there, there'll be a man dead of poison. Oh, we can go up here too. It means common tongue. It was French before that Latin. He literally has that ear, or yeah. Oh, there's several locations we can go into. Keep your mouth shut, boy. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Undoubtedly, His Highness will demand your life. Position guards outside the Chamber of Trials during the test in the morning. Only my children and the priest must be allowed in there. The priest forbids the presence of any Westerners during the ritual, but we do not wish to insult a man of the 7 Seas Company. Entertain Albert Cloudsley, Esquire, by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. Meanwhile, allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble Blade Master. And he has a key. Yeah, that's our man Albert. There he is. Okay. Cease your threats, Lankan lackey. I am not to blame for my father's deceptions, but perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture. I beg you, cease to request that we meet. You know it is unwise. Venerable Upix Watchful Eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. He will not tolerate such transgression. I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Kara family. Ari. Alright. Do not worry, young Lemurian. If it is meant for you to die today, it will be my hand and swift. I have killed many people for the right and the wrong reasons, such as the Dharma of the warrior. My tiger, have you found anything that might help me earn my rightful title? Then you can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things regularly. We must be careful. Your moonlight and soon your queen. Okay. Transgressors. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the enthusiasm, Duke. Let's wait. Oh, there's 4 places. Let's go left to right. Oh. That's where they cut the big salami before the big ritual. The fallen people are only allowed in the ritual hall on November 16th. During the testing procedure in the morning, the Lemurian priest, the potential heirs. During the ritual of the blade in the evening, Lemurian delegation, the royal family, spy master, blade master. So do they swing a blade back and forth, and if it cuts you, you're not worthy? Oh! Oh, good! Let's look at this. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. Oh, God, I have to think about... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, 14? Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, worry about that later. A bottle of teal substance labeled aphid ink. Okay. Very safe. Not a diagram. That's more upsetting than this. It looks like it says throw me in the eye? Row me in he eye. Okay. Oh. Okay. What on earth is this contraption meant to be? Okay, so that's got to be one of the types of ink. Maybe the aphid ink? I mean, the aphid ink looks kind of teal. This is very blue. The woman is not breathing. Yeah, I can see that. Dear Diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago that I have no interest in him. Squish them. No! My tender petal, I spend my nights restlessly thinking about your sweet lips and eyes. Let us meet again at midnight on 12 November in the orchid garden. There we can have privacy to share love and secrets. Your warrior, Jayon. The hall will be unlocked the morning they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. The evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember, prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Upik. So they were supposed to be in here and something went terribly wrong. Huh? I'm so confused. Okay, this is Usharic ink, which is like a magenta. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. And that's also been added to the... Oh, both were added at the same time. I didn't even notice. What's over here? Okay, that's back outside. Same with this. Okay. Okay. Hey, Psycho. How you doing? Thanks for 31 months. Something went terribly right. I'm subbing again. I appreciate that. We're not Final Fantasy 18 yet. What now? Vegeta. A large statue. Do not get precise answers. This will help. 1. Rotate the line every 4th. Same color. Circle, circle, square. 2. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. 3 is easy. Just look carefully. Rotate the line every 4th, same color, circle, circle, square. So, okay. So so you have to find the one that's wrong, or because it's rotating around, and then it's circle, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, and picking the next one in the sequence. Okay. So this one is correct because it's supposed to be a circle with a horizontal line. Yeah, okay. And this one's wrong. And then number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. That's 18. Okay, so I'm gonna say this one succeeded and this one failed. Well, I guess I don't have that word yet. And then number 3 is easy. Look carefully. It's just the same object spun around. Yes. This is this one if you just flip it front ways, upside down. So yeah, that is fine. Okay. Latent music activate. This whole game is latent music activate. Hi. Whoa! The wooden apron and clothing beneath it have been slashed. There's a mixture of blood and red paint on the wound. A stiff ornamented apron made of wood. The woman has a huge wound across her abdomen beneath an apron. She's not breathing. You don't say. Tomorrow is the big day and my heart trembles with anticipation. If Tissa passes the test, I will not feel I have failed. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart. For none is braver and wiser and worthier than him to inherit father's responsibilities. If I happen to be picked, I will bow my head in humble appreciation of this great honor. People of Albion. Titiana Printing House. Read and learn the Albion language. The best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja. Despite their name, the Infernal Guard are dedicated to a noble cause fighting fire. Yelling to clear the way, they hurry to the place of ordeal to do their unenviable job. The guards do not feel fear and smirk at things that would be agony to commoners. They bravely step into the infernal limbo and do their duty. Challenges they face are like lava, and obstacles can't be ominous, and during the nights even otherworldly. But inattentiveness is a swift killer. Ignited with bravery, they step into the nightmares. Their burden is monstrous. They often yell commands, already fatigued. If accidents can cause such misery, intentional cases are more odious. But the men, unclean and tired, run to the place of terror to face whatever horrors await them. Okay? Best way to learn this language by looking at the Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja. Fine. But this has failed. I don't think there's clues there necessarily. I think it's just meant to... Maybe it comes into play later. May you travel from darkness to light, from death to immortality, dear sister. Death is a mere illusion that appears to those who cannot grasp absolute reality. I suggest you do your language practice while observing the Seven Seas Company gift to Raja. Tomorrow's the great day. The ritual hall will be opened and Anula and I will be evaluated. May light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. If fate judges me to be the one, then I am ready to undergo the journey through the blade to the sun and back again to claim my birthright. Okay. So... the lady is Anula? Perhaps? Perhaps this is Anula? And then what did you have? Not that. If Tissa passes this, I will not feel I failed. Okay, so then that's Tissa. I would assume. Do I know their last name from something else over here? Shabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-da. If it's much less, I can never Ari. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. We'll come back to that. What's in here? A room! The deadliest arthropods of Lanka. Sector spider feed only twice a week. Calmarian scorpion, a quick and painful death. Plain beetle, the merciful killer, like falling asleep. Legion centipede, after death, victim's body bloats like a balloon in minutes. Nesting cricket, bite stops heart quickly. I think we might need to know which one of these funny little guys is the source of the poison. Because it seems someone's been... Well, there's the person in the box, I guess. Oh, good. The Jaffna, Jampapur, Klusapur, Jamini, Vijaya, Lankapur. Okay. Good. Bottle of black substance labeled Sector Ink. Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant's girl from Sukera family so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Blade Master G. Seems dubious. Can I trust him? Oh, Master, we found this poem and picture in the palace garbage. Picture is the key. Friendly. Shouts to the guy with the charm and variety of deadly bugs. You will be heir. Wear yellow in the evenings. Do not mourn the black ocelot. Be untamed and forget your worries. Do dream of green wild wilderness. Gift your guests impulsive gifts. Release your inner lion when in doubt. Furthest leap is the hardest landing. Beast of honor is a rare sight. Disrespect emperor and fall like a leaf. A hunter enjoys the morning sun. Eat breakfast, sing poems. Do not trust your servant, trust your instinct. On your last day, just roar at the sky. This was not hard to decode, but the method is curious. Yellow ocelot, untamed wilderness, impulsive lion, leap, beast, emperor, hunter, eat, instinct, roar. The picture is the key. Lion. Yellow lion. Ocelot. Huh? Leap, instinct, ocelot. There's no N. Yeah. Yellow emperor, lion, leap, ocelot. First letter of word related to lions. Oh. You just figured that out? Where is it? Where yellow? Release lion? Is it just where yellow release lion? The files are in the computer? I don't know. What about up here? There you go. Man, this art is rad. Mr. Smithers, you wanted life for life, almost radiant and magnificent Raja. Has this information satisfied your needs? Small box filled with incense sticks. Yeah, Yoshi's fine. Your Magnificence! Some encoded correspondence is being exchanged between someone at the palace and somebody else. I do not like it, and my spies are working overtime to discover who is behind this. I still believe it is safe for your children to undergo the test, and for the chosen one to go through the rites of rebirth. The Lemurian saint confirms that the ritual is the same as when you were sworn in when you came of age. By day's end, you'll have your heir, your highness master's son. Okay, so the two of them are, I mean, they said father, but yeah, the two of them are his children. Okay. Magnificent Raja! I accept your invitation to facilitate the test and the initiation. Our delegation will arrive with the necessary equipment at the start of November. Regarding the Westerners, you already know that we had strongly advised against trading with them. They do not understand the importance of Lemurian tradition and their ways are impure. High Priest of Kara Clan. Bottle of blue substance labeled Lakwa ink. So this is what the woman in the box of the slicey thing had, that poison. Lakwa. For sharing this secret, I will allow your Zubiri to live, but he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You are free to leave with your delegation. So his son is Zubiri, and he's like, I'm gonna die, so your son has to die too? Various rings with expensive gems, a Qatar blade. Okay. Is that everything? It feels like I'm still missing a lot. Have I seen everything? I've seen Jesus. This is a significant step up, isn't it? So, first of all, I think we are to assume that Anula I have to grab it from here. Anula failed and Tissa succeeded. Where is Tissa? Or is it the one who succeeds goes under the blade? I'm not really clear. Holy goddamn. Blank blanked blank using a blank which he found in the blank of the blank. It was delivered by blank. This resulted in the death of blank. As a result, blank demanded blank's life, but instead blank blanked a blank in exchange. I'll allow your son to live, so the son died too. Wait. Is that what he said? For sharing the secret, allow your Zubiri to live? He did say live. I got hung up on saying he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. I thought that it meant he was dying, and he's like, he has to join me on the journey of the afterlife. But I did gloss over him saying I'll allow him to live. What's secret? He wanted life for life. I have many questions about what on earth is happening here. Blank is Raja, Blank is Spy Master, Blank is Blade Master in the city of Blank. In the city, Lemurian delegation consists of Blank, Blank, and Blank. Well, one of them is Albert Cloudsley. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Sense of the remainder of your life. So, he is responsible for someone being murdered? You're free to leave your delegation. Oh, he's part of the Lemurian delegation. So that's separate than the delegation from the Seven Seas Trading Company. Right, because there's the two parties that came together. What's this guy's deal, though? I want to know what he's all about. Okay. Statue. This person will not feel like flail. This is Ritual of Blade. Yeah. So if you pass, they go through the Ritual of Blade. So I don't understand so they're given a problem. If they pass, they go into the Ritual of the Blade, and they put on an apron and the blade slashes them. I'm not clear on the process there, but then that would mean the opposite. That she, no, the other way around. No, that's still. But that Anula succeeded. Right? Right? What? They turn the rest of life and death and mortality to your sister, death is mere illusion. Yeah. No. The ritual will be open in Anula, and I will be evaluated. May light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. If fate judges me to be the one, I am ready to undergo the journey through the blade to the sun and back to claim my birthright. If they pass this, they see the owner blade. I guess. A wooden apron and clothing that has been slashed. And there's also red paint with the blood. Was there paint on the blade? I don't know. I didn't look up here, though. So they consume of a thing, then their spirit goes up, and then if they're judged one way or the other, they're brought back down to their body, and then the priest is like, hey, you eat a potato? What is that? Was she gonna be fake dying? Well, it seems that they consume of one of the poisons and that it sends their body, their spirit out. Humans notoriously filled with paint. I mean, why else would there be paint around the blood wound? You know, the classic blood wound. I mean, you eat a potato, you die, come back, and he's like, have a potato. And then is it just a circle? And then, why does it say in the eye? That says, throw me in the eye, doesn't it? My tender put out some, yeah, and then there's this, like, love triangle thing going on. I found love, and there's someone else talking about love. Remember what I saw. Which part of it? The all being locked in the morning to the system is revealed, we will lock it again. Evening before, lock yourself inside, set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Did they put red paint inside the apron to make it seem like they've been slashed, but then they actually did get cut, but it was meant to just look like they've been cut? And they're not supposed... Is it a thing of like, if they're actually dead, the blade won't hit them? It's a magician trick? Probably. Where's the vase they're talking about? Is it one of these? No, those are just things with poison. Well, it's not poison, it's just the ink. It's just the two different inks for the two tests that they were taking. Right. That's fine. Why is she dead? Well, because she consumed of a poison. She ate one of the bugs? Because there's little bits of stuff. Which one is the blue one? Which one's the blue one? Wait, I don't know. What I do know is, wait, where was the blue ink? The blue ink is called L'Aqua ink. Is that at all related to this? No. I mean, it's on Albert. This is definitely important. I'll come back to that in a sec. There's that. L'Aqua, harvested from the nesting crickets. That was the one. Thank you. From the nesting crickets. So the blue cricket. So she ate a cricket and then got cricket poisoned. Bite stops heart quickly. Why did she eat a cricket? Yeah. Hunger? She was hungry? Heart stopped. Stops heart quickly. It bit her hand and she smooshed it? But why? She's not breathing. It's only on those two fingers. Why would it only be on those two fingers? That's really, and that is the Sabbath. She swatted it. What? I don't know. That is strange to me. That's a C chord. What? Lock yourself aside, set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Yes. Share 511 secrets. Yeah, I've been finally alive. I forget. Leave my sword 2 minutes. Brave fighter. Poor boy will be heartbroken. You should understand a long time ago. I know interesting. Yeah. And that lowers, but not enough for a whole body to fit. Throw me in the eye. So presumably it was in there, and she was supposed to throw a crick. So they do a written test. The winner of that is fed like a poison and put on the slashy machine. While their spirit is gone, it like cuts them maybe. And either it's supposed to or not supposed to. I don't know. The bottle is a gift from Albert. Is it? It looks like the Lemurian script on there. I don't think this is a puzzle. But then I would assume that's where the cricket was. Although it's corked up. There's no air in there. But for somehow she had a cricket and then squished it with 2 of her fingers. And then died. I don't know if she ingested it. There's none around her mouth. Why is she in the room? That's also a big question I have, because I don't know. The only people allowed during the testing procedure are the priest and the 2 heirs. So the priest oversees them taking their tests. Then the winner, yeah, because he's raising this one's hand. He's like, hooray, you won. Now you get to have the ritual of the blade, where the Lemurian delegation, the royal family, the spy master, and the blade master are all in. As this letter shows, this letter The hall is locked, is unlocked the morning they take the test, and then when the winner's revealed, they lock it again. The evening before, lock yourself inside. Yeah, because if they open up and they go in, then it's too late. So the evening before, she has to get inside there, set everything up. Because she's trying to... Her and Yupik are trying to ensure one outcome. I don't know. Prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Albert's probably involved. I mean, probably. So, let me... They're trying to strengthen relations. And this guy's like, ignore everything. Place the gift in the location as instructed. It's meant to be a surprise. I didn't explain my first... So he took their gift and just popped it into someone's mouth. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. He's talking about this man who I'm assuming that he's the priest. And he's got the Yoshi cloth. He's a man of the cloth. He's got his Yoshi blankets. For sharing this secret, allow your Zubiri to live. You must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You're free to leave with your delegation. What on earth? So if you're chosen to go to the test, for the chosen one to go through the rites, Master's son. The Lemurian saint confirms that the ritual is the same as when you were sworn in. So if this is the saint and the priest, are they different people? If it's the same person, then this was not written. This man is not Master's son. Someone else is Master's son. High priest. Yeah, they're different. Something other than people have mouths. The statue's mouth? I was wondering why the statue was important because I haven't seen it come up anywhere. I accept your invitation to facilitate the test and the initiation. Our delegation will arrive with the necessary equipment at the start of November. You already know we advise against trading with Westerners. They need to understand it. High priest of Kara clan. So he's the priest of the Kara clan. And how do their names work again? On the island of Lanka, as with many other former colonies of the Lemurian Empire, they speak Lemurian. The honorific master is followed by the surname. For the last century, the island has been divided into 3 kingdoms, each named by their ruler's family. They are Jaffna, Jamini, and Vijaya kingdoms. So wherever we are is whatever the name of the Raja is. Each kingdom is ruled by a Raja who subjugates the peasantry, enabling the cheap production, etc. But I think my only clue is probably with this, because we're facing south, and there's a big old tree on a hill. So if we're facing south and... Oh, we're seeing that thing there, so we're in Klusapur. That's what we're seeing right there, in Jamini. So his name is Raja Jamini? Gemini? He's Jamini. Right? And then something Jamini's Raja. And then presumably the children would have the same last name? Right? That makes sense to me. We're in Klusapur. Is that something I need to put anywhere? I don't know, somewhere. In the city, there it is. Klusapur. Okay. Base game of more. This is the first level. I was like, okay, like this isn't like crazy, but now it's like, oh, yep, we got a lot going on already, and I'm scared of what the third one is. So, you think it was in the statue's mouth? Why would that change anything? When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It's meant to be a surprise. I don't see how that... what else has a mouth other than a man and a statue? And I don't see why he would. You know who Zubiri is. That's true. Where is Zubiri? Zubiri. There he is. What was his last name? I forgot what his last name is. I could just pull it up from the last mission. Zubiri Kara. That's the one. And so his father is also going to be Kara? Right? Because that's what it said over here. High Priest of Kara clan. Yep. Okay. Have a good one, Duke. Thanks for stopping by. Animals have mouths. Have we seen an animal? A bug? Put something in the mouth of a little bug? Is his name just Raja? No, it has to be. He has a first name. What? Thank you, Darkon. A magician boxes faces. Oh, wait. That does have a big ol'... But, well... It's possible. Throw me in the eye. I would assume that this man's the Blade Master? Based off the fact that he has a blade, and he's like, yeah. Wait, let me try to unravel this whole love thing. So have you found anything you might help me earn my rightful title? You can be on my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things readily, so we must be careful. Is Putra the Raja? Possibly. So this is from What's-Her-Face here. She's like, figure something out and leave it for me in the bush. So he's the one that wrote this, being like, here's... And then she used that to win. Okay. But then there was more. There was more here. Dear Putra. So this is whoever's sending their dogs. I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant's girl from Sukera family, so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. She was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. So Royal Blade Master G. This guy is G. Yeah. Although I think that's his last name. He was like, hey, Putra, I tried to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera, so we could obtain successful results for the young prince. But they ended up helping the princess? What? Wait, I think I have it confused, which is not surprising probably to anyone. So the Blade Master was trying to seduce the girl from the Sukera family, who could only be the one who died. Right? Right? Probably, maybe. Where's Sukera? Let's say that. He tried to seduce her in order to obtain successful results for the young prince. She was not charmed by his advances. I'm gonna say that Putra is the Raja. I don't know if that's right or not, but instead of that, she resisted his advances because she was already in love with Warrior Jayon. Let's meet at midnight in the Orchid Garden. And then she also got something from Yupik. So she was being... I believe I finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude to marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago I have no interest in him. Which young boy? Is that the prince? Now we're cooking. Who else? This is the price we pay for stagnating culture. I beg you cease to request that we meet. You know it unwise. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. He will not tolerate such transgression. I'm your servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Terra family. So Ari's probably the girl? We got a love pentagon going on. And is Yupik the Raja? No, sorry. Yupik is the priest. There. So let's say this is Ari Sukera. So he was trying to get with Ari. So I think he's the young boy that her diary is about. The poor boy will be heartbroken. He should have understood a long time ago I have no interest in him. Because she's the one sending him a letter being like, I don't want to meet with you. That's a bad idea. It's not. But instead, she has some kind of relationship brewing with a brave fighter who's not the Blade Master, Warrior Jayon. Who is that? Are you Jayon? A poor boy from a poor family. No, he's not Jayon. We already have their names. Whomst is. Check the tables again. Which tables? These tables? This. Galileo. Other tables. Which other tables? This tables? Yeah. Magnificence. Master's son. I feel like process elimination is now pointing to this guy being son. Hey Tommy, how you doing? Kind of running out of names here, potentially. What in tarnation? Who are all these people? Who are they? Who's Yupik? Is he the master? The spy master? Is Yupik the spy? Wait. No, Yupik is the priest. Oh, Yupik's the priest. Okay, hold on. So the priest was like, hey, we're rigging this shit. And then that's why he's talking to the Raja, and the Raja's like, all right, I'll let you live. And they're like, your father did a terrible thing. Look at the desks, please. These desks? What else is there to learn from these? Unless you're talking about some other desks. Other tables, the desks. Sure. Well, I guess I can try to fill out these names and see if I'm even on the right track so far, because I might not be at all. So that's Anula and Tissa Gamini. Okay, thank fuck. If that was wrong, I was gonna lose my mind. That's very reassuring, because this is quite a puzzle to put together. Okay. I could have done that a while ago. I wasn't thinking about that panel. But that's fine. That reassures me that we're on to something. So we have potentially 2 more first names to attach. So your warrior Jayon. Is it Jayon G? Is it one guy? Is it just one man? Could it be? I don't know. Cause Your moonlight and soon your queen. So this was written by, yeah, so I figured that's by her. But he was what? Got my best to seduce the servant's girl from Sukera, so we obtain successful results for the young prince. She was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Putra is probably the spy master. Where do I have Putra? I have that for the Raja's name. Never mind. Well, seems dubious. Yeah. Seems dubious. Can I trust him? So Putra wrote that, I'm assuming? Because this was sent to Putra? We found this poem. Master. We found this poem and picture. So this seems to be the spy master. It seems like Putra is the spy master. But then, why did I think that Putra was the Raja? He has a red key. I haven't come back to that in a long time. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father. Yes. Putra. Want strength relations with Abhaya the Radiant. It's been there the whole time. It's been right there. Yeah. Holy fuck. Okay. We're cooking. It's on a very low simmer and it's basically room temperature, but indeed we are cooking. By God, I hope it's gazpacho we're cooking. Okay. Spy Master, Putra's son. Blade Master, Jayan G. That's wrong, because his name is Apaya. There it is. The Morian delegation consists of Yupik, his son, and is it Albert? Is Albert part of the delegation? I don't think so. But then who else? Who else? Is Ari part of it? She's their servant. Right. Okay. And now you know why she's dead. I promise you know. We'll see. We'll see. Blank, 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 using a blank which he found in the blank of the blank. You know what? Fuck it. Let's say it was in the mouth of the statue. Blank, blanked. Killed Ari using a cricket, which found in the mouth of the statue. Was delivered by blank the resistance of blank of Ari. Oh no, probably results in the death of the princess of Anula. Blank demanded blank's life. The Raja demanded was it Yupik or Zubiri's life that he demanded? I'll allow Zubiri to live. Yeah, he demanded Zubiri's life. But instead blanked a blank in exchange. He gave him information, and then he said, "You must join me on the journey as insurance. You're free to leave with your delegation." He seduced a beetle. I don't know, Paul. Seems like a bad job to me. Was it Yupik who killed Ari using the cricket, which found in the mouth of the statue, was delivered by Albert? As a result, Abhaya demanded Zubiri Kira's life, but instead blanked a blank in exchange. Instead, Albert loved a spider in exchange. Instead, what am I missing here? Zubiri must join him on a journey as insurance. He what in exchange? Only 4 verbs. I know. I'm like, am I wrong about all of this? Because they killed someone. No, he killed blanked up something. It can't be killed or revealed. A secret. That makes sense because he provided some information. So Yupik revealed a secret. No? Okay. What is wrong? Let me work through this again. So he had instructions of, no, wait. Yes, Albert received instructions to put the gift into the location, right? So it was delivered by Albert, right? Put a cricket in the mouth of the statue, and it was a cricket. It was the restless cricket. That's all good. Yep. Nesting cricket. Yep. Restless cricket is a very different cricket. And it was Yupik, right? I mean, why else would any of this have happened with Yupik and the Raja? Yeah, Restless from Zelda. Yeah, I know. As a result, Abhaya demanded Zubiri Kara's life, but instead Yupik revealed a secret in exchange. That all seems good to me. What's wrong? It's only 2 or fewer slots. So that means, like, a name is wrong. He was framed. Did Yupik really? But that's why I'm like, maybe it's the princess who was killed. Was that with the cricket? I still don't understand what happened, which is why it's making this harder. Let's get rid of these. Let's say it was Yupik killed Anula with the cricket. Then that's not right at all. That's not right at all. Was it? Ari was killed with that by Tissa. It was Tissa. Young Prince Tissa failed to pass the Lemurian test to become an heir, so as advised by a secret correspondent, he took receipt of a bottle containing a deadly insect along with instructions delivered by Albert Cloudsley. Before the ritual, Tissa threw the bottle into the machine and murdered the Lemurian servant Ari. She could not lower Princess Anula, and the princess died. Okay. Solve the secret code? Which secret code? Oh, of the lion. Yeah, I guess I never figured that out. Okay. So the servant girl was put in there to ensure that the princess would succeed. So the Blade Master was trying to work with the Spy Master, I think, to ensure that the prince would succeed. But they were trying to bribe the servant to help them, and she was like, I'm not interested. I'm in love with the prince. No, she wasn't in love with the prince. She was in love with the Blade Master? I am so confused. Whatever. She ended up hiding in there, working with the priest in order to lower her down and keep her alive. Yeah, because also the Blade Master was the one that provided her how to pass the test. So, answer the code. I'll take a look at it again. But this is like, it's a weirdly back and forth kind of thing. So I'm like, wait, huh? Wait, huh? Okay. What does this say? That's what I have. The machine is meant to fake her death by belief for religion. That's also what I don't understand. Is like, so the winner of the written test is put onto the table with the blade on it. The blade goes back and forth, and part of it's a trick table, and there's a lever that's meant to lower it slightly. Is the idea that the entire thing is rigged? There are 2 messages. This one's decoded already. Oh, there's another message. The other message was... you're so right. I didn't even think about this being a secret message. It was just like, so things related to lions? Wait, I gotta figure this out. So, hold on. So it seems like maybe the entire ritual is rigged, so that no matter what, they get to pick who they want. The picture is key. And so they need to be working with whoever's inside of... Because why else would there be a lever inside? It's like... I'll get to the picture in a second. I'm trying to figure this out first. So they have a lever inside that lowers them down slightly, so it presumably just slashes the apron, which has red paint in it, so it looks like they were slashed, but it's not deep enough to actually cut them. And then they can lift it back up, and then they're fine. So they knew they wanted. So the priest shows up with the servant girl, and he's like, "Listen, you need to go inside of the thing the night before and hide in it, and then you'll lower it and let her survive." And the different parties were trying to get the servant to work for them, but she had her own vested interest in helping one part or the other. But then none of that mattered because the prince basically figured out either she wasn't gonna help or he was just like, I failed the test, so it's already gone. So as insurance, maybe, Albert Cloudsy was like, I have a gift, it's in the mouth. And he's like, ta-da, throws it inside. She gets bit? Is that why she only hit it with 2 fingers? Is like it bit her and then, I mean, I don't know. And then she's killed. The thing isn't allowed to lower. She gets cut and dies. Which, I guess, does that mean the one that dies on the table was not worthy because they were their spirit was judged as not being pure or worthy or whatever? And then it's like, you failed the test, but I guess you're now the Raja? Like, that also seems weird, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, let's go to this. Let's look at this. Pictures key, lion. I get it now. Okay, so it's the picture is the key, which is the lion. So you grab there's one word per line tied to the idea of what a lion is. Yellow, ocelot, untamed, etc. And the first letter of each spells out a sentence. That's what it is. So then the note that he has is, I suggest your language practice while observing the 7 Seas Company gift to Raja. So the company gift was the cricket? Right? Because wasn't that what he had and he was told place the gift in location as instructed? And then she was told, looking at the 7 Seas Company gift. They're both told to look at the cricket. Huh? Despite the name, the Infernal Guard, but everything's tied to fire. I don't know. Despite the name, the Infernal Guard are dedicated to the noble cause of fighting fire. That'd be like if. I don't know. Yelling? Clear the way? Well, I mean, what makes sense to me would be yelling ordeal unenviable, which would spell you, like if you, but I don't know why you would pick those words. Agony, infernal, limbo? If you fail? Fear, agony, infernal, limbo. If you fail, challenges they face are like lava and obstacles. Can be ominous. Lo. Very nice otherworldly. Lu. Killer. Look. If you fail, look in. Their burden is monstrous. They often yell commands already fatigued. If you fail, look in my... Look in my mouth. Misery, odious, tired. No, sorry. Unclean, terror, horror. I kind of just brute force that. I don't... So that's how that was conveyed to them. Picture is the key. But this one doesn't have a picture saying, look at the cricket. And is the idea that the cricket is just like bad things? Every word that's bad is the cipher? I don't... We can un-emote only, but... You killed and reborn there, dear Warren. Yeah. Demon? It's tied to the demon? Him? The statue was the gift. I forgot that that was part of their gift. A statue appropriate to these. That was almost kind of nice. We could go back. It has a big mouth. I got so hung up on this being the gift. There were two gifts. There was the statue, and then please give the location instructed on the wrapping paper is meant to be a surprise. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there are many. Well, there are two main ones. I forgot that the statue was from them. That's a very important detail. So that's why everything's tied to suffering and fire and infernos and stuff. It's meant to be the demon. I see. I was like, what does that have to do with the cricket? Okay. I feel stupid, but I feel better now. Yowza. It has the Seven Seas logo. I didn't even notice that before. That sure is right there. Shall we move on to the final part? Jesus. Does this one not have an intro? In the web of the spider. Let's go. Spicy cricket. I mean, I've put together that the cricket was in the mouth of the statue, but I didn't get the significance for a long time. Anyway, yeah. Okay. This doesn't seem too bad. Uh-oh. I like these little butterfly guys. Haha, thought you could fool me, Spider. I have captured you, and now you will answer for the death of the princess. Okay, ambush of the spider. Jemadar Alara's son and Havildar Lanja Sinha will hide in the boats and guard the second entrance. Titania Printing House front door. So 2 go in there, there's 1 there, 1 there. 3 come in, 1 with an umbrella. I will approach the front door with Jamadar Alara Sinha and Havildar Kirthi Bandara. Master Putra-san, I have already shared my suspicions about the disaster of the rebirth ritual. He is one of the shareholders of Titania Printing House, but my honor does not allow me to reveal his name. However, he goes by the name of Spider. I plan to meet him at the printing house on November 22nd. Let me settle my private matter with him first, and then he is all yours. Oh. Master Putra's son. These are all 5 shareholders of Titania Printing House. All of them are affiliated with the Seven Seas Company. Have a good hunt. I hope you will arrest the bastard. Master of Archive and Library, Siva Udawate. Albert Cloudsley. Place of birth, Blackfield, Albion. Age 34. Height 3 7/8 half. Weight 90, sir. Married, 3 children. Sent by the Seven Seas Company head office to help establish new trading posts in Lanka. Dangerous and very arrogant, cannot be bothered to learn the basics of common Lemurian to improve his situation here. Narcissus Montalban. Place of birth unknown, age claims to be 1,000 years old. Height 4 1/4 half. Weight 200, sir. In his own words, married to alchemy. He's 4 hats tall. Natural philosopher, alchemist, and astrologer, banished from the Society of Hermetic Thought for revealing their secrets. Claims to be able to switch someone's life off. Several philosophers who had conflicts with him died from unexplained causes. Very dangerous. Claude d'Evreux. Place of birth, Chateau d'Evreux, Aquitaine. Age 38. Height 3 1/4 hats. Weight 70, sir. Widower. Late wives were Savoy Duchess and Countess of Calvados. An Aquitanian marquis. Despite his stature, he's a master swordsman. Has killed at least 7 people in duels and was subsequently banished from Aquitania. Wears expensive clothing. Afraid of heights. May attack without provocation. Extremely dangerous. They're latent top hats. Oberon Geller. Place of birth, ship Relentless Harpia. They don't know where he's from. Age 42. Height 4 hats. Weight 95, sir. Unmarried. Has concealed for the last 5 years he has a Lankan mistress. A surgeon slash hypnotherapist, probably an agent of the Seven Seas Company, has connections to the underworld and is well respected among pirates for providing medical services to their people. Curious about Lankan and Lemurian culture, a charming charlatan who avoids damaging his own reputation, somewhat dangerous. And Ruben Hendricks, place of birth, Ludenberg slums, Albion. He's born at sea. Oh, is that what they mean by that? He was born on the ship Relentless Harpian. That makes sense. Age 55, height 3 3/4 hats, weight 80, sir, unmarried. A shipwright and former carpenter on the pirate ship Rabid Raccoon. Has a wooden leg, pretends to be drunk and quiet when it benefits him. That came into play earlier. Steals and has instigated riots. Made a fortune in Pajak, which makes me wonder if he hides cards in his wooden leg. Somewhat dangerous. There's a lot of information there I'm gonna have to reference. Okay, hi. You thought the disguise would have saved you. No luck for you, spider. Curved sword with a clean blade. Tonight during the operation, we'll practice an old Lankan code. Imagine what number the picture represents in the sentence. Count to the word matching that number. Follow your orders, trust no one except me. Okay. So is that part of that? Imagine what number the picture represents in the sentence. Count to the word matching that number. Huh? Oh, I see. I don't. A circle reminds me of the number 0. And then 5 reminds me of the number 5. But how do you count to the number 0? And is that tied to this? Follow me? Is it just... Are these sentences 0 indexed? Is a circle 1? Because there's 1 of them? Follow me. Okay. That's fine. The spider! Okay. It is hard to understand him, Master. The mask is muffling his voice. We have to get it off to properly interrogate him. He has a club. He appears not to be on, Master. We just searched him. Also has a club. We have 3 locations. Let's go here. Yeah. Oh. Okay, the water is at 6 hats high. There are red footprints coming from the ink. Basket maximum load 4 vases. And that weighs 30. Their weight is going to be important somehow. Because someone escaped down that way and then got out. This game is excellent. You absolutely should pick it up. A large cloak. A fake beard. And he had a razor scooter. Yoshi got out. He scooted away, climbed up the tower, slid down, and scampered off. And we have to figure out who that is using the fact that weighs 30, sir. Jesus. Where are these two up to? They're hanging out. Vibing. That's cool. Okay. Man's not breathing. Tonight, during the operation, we will practice an old Lankan code. Guard... front door? Okay. That's pretty straightforward. A curved sword with a clean blade. Titania Printing House. Yeah. Alright. So one of the masks is missing. Youngster. All these old Lemurians are impenetrable. My spies report that a young Lemurian, Zubiri Kera, has arrived in the city. He is the son of Lemurian priest Yupik Kera. He probably does not know much about their old culture, but apparently has amazing Pajak skills. Okay. Is this Albert Cloudsley's doing? More and more evidence has led me to believe that the Lankan legend about the Fountain of Youth on a secret island and the rumors about the forbidden golden idol refer to the same thing. Lemurians are extremely skeptical about their technological past. The topic is completely taboo in their society, which could be related to the downfall of their empire. They're reluctant to reveal the locations of their ancient technologies, but maybe in the future I can acquire some leverage. OBRA and Titania. What, we some kind of Shakespeare here? Midsummer Night's puzzle? They have forced my hand with their conservative stubbornness. I will not let these old mystics sabotage the Seven Seas Company needs. It is time to invest in some creative research and see if I can find more about their secretive rituals and what makes them tick. What a peculiar principle, life for life. If you do something good or bad to Lemurian, he's obliged to return the same amount back. Is it really that black and white, or is there some diplomatic leeway? What was the red key used for in the last one? I'm ready to settle my debt to you. I will arrive on Friday at the time you specified. Please be alone. Oh. Common Guards, Cuts, and Master Strikes with a Longsword by Paul Weber. Will of the Demon by Isidore Dux. When Crabs Attack by Jan Visser. Unlock a red door. Lock the test room. Block room. Bug Cage or a padlock. Bug Cage did have a red padlock. You're right. Was Jan Visser a name in the base game? That sounds familiar. Proof of Life After Death by Mahesh. Lemurian Legends by John Swinley. Seven Leaves Poetry by Samantha Alfred. We're commissioning prints of these titles. Guards will attack after Lemurian leaves. Nice. November 22nd, Friday. 8 a.m. Meeting with the nephew of the bookworm. 10 a.m. Pick up the pistol from the repairman. 2 p.m. Buy supplies for the boat trip. 6 p.m. Meeting with the double widower. 8 p.m. Rehearse the escape plan. 10 p.m. Meeting with the money bag. 1 a.m. Meeting with the old butterfly. 6 a.m. Meeting with the green boy. Did I hydrate? Let me hydrate. My brain. Oh, man. Hey, nice. Educational Pictures for Little Putra by Spider. And this is tied in with the plan? This is their whole plan? Is the comic? So while they're playing cards, he's like, I'll show you a magic trick. Ta-da, the spider is making him dance with the prince and the princess. Look, I have a gift for you. Goodbye. Huh? I don't understand. Well, so these are two different butterflies. Presumably Cloudsley and Oberon. And this one has a fake beard that he... Well, no, he steals his wings and flies off. They did use an hotel to determine their role in the last chapter. It's true. He steals his wings. Yeah. Leaving them behind. And that guy's the umbrella, which is probably the Master Son there. We'll come back to that as well. Okay. Time of day. So the time matters here. So at 8 a.m. we're at low tide. At 8 p.m. we're at high tide. And we're currently at middle tide. Like exactly in the middle. So what does that mean? It's like it's like 2 a.m. We're currently at the Tide Pod. Yeah. I don't know why that would matter, but I'm sure it'll matter at some point. Palace Guard, Special Guard, Royal Army, Royal Navy. Havildar, Jemadar, Subadar. Okay, that we all got. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. I don't like that I have everything. I don't like that I have everything, game. I disagree. I don't have everything. There's no way. Oh. It seems the way that they're making this brutal is by just being like, here is everything you need. But It's like very few things with a lot of clues. Now solve it. God, Jesus. I don't know what's happening. Draw the rest of the owl. No kidding. Identity is always a fun place to start. So this man out here was bonked. We will practice an old Lankan code. So he had this on him? And he has like a short dark fez with a yellow insignia on it. So he's of the special... Wait, what is his clothes? He's wearing white. So he's Palace Guard. And he's a Havildar? He's lowest ranking of Palace Guard? I guess. Solve the Sudoku with only one number in it. Go. Dance with me, the Diddles dance. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. Oh. Here's a 1,000-piece jigsaw. Figure it out. I don't even know where to start. There's the book room. This is I need to just go through everything again, it seems like. Ambush of the Spider. Jemadar Alara-san and Havildar Lanja Sinha will hide in the boats and guard the second entrance. I will approach the front door with Jemadar Alara Sinha and Havildar Kirti Bandara. Okay. And we learned that this guy out here is... he is a Havildar. So... yeah. So that is Kirti Bandara. R.I.P. So we also have Jemadar Alara Sinha. And Jemadar has an extra little poofy bit in their hat. So that's this man. Yeah, because he's part of the Palace Guard. Do I need his name anywhere? I don't think I do. I mean, probably somewhere. And then these two are both wearing like a brownish orange surcoat. So they're of the Special Guard. And so one of them is Havildar and one is Jemadar. So that's Jemadar Alara's son. I thought his last name was Son. Is one of these his son? Son's son? And Havildar Lanja Sinha will hide in the boats. So these two are down here. He went up there with this guy and another guy. The ambush of the spider. And there were meant to be 2 people in there. Son of son. I'm waiting for Missile to show up. That would help. So there were 2 people in there. And it seems that one of them escaped. Probably whoever the real spider is escaped. Would be my guess, based off of how narratives work. And whoever he was meeting with. Because he was meeting with someone, wasn't he? I'm ready to sell my debt to you. Yeah. So I'm assuming that this person who's whoever has the mask on, and then that the real spider was like whoop whoop whoop, grabbed one of these scooters, killed this guy, zipped out the front, climbed up here, zipped down, and escaped on from the boat. The question is, somehow this weighing 30 being, so the maximum load is 120 sir. So they have to weigh 120 or less? Is who the spider is? This is, so how much do they all weigh? He's 90, sir. He's too heavy. He's fine. He's fine. So it only rules out one person, who would have been the most obvious person, knowing that there's a weight limit. The biggest of the bunch. They gotta catch the patsy. That's what I'm assuming. Is that this guy is whoever the spider was meeting with, and the spider got away. But then who are these 2 people? I guess the idea is that it's this group. So, I mean, I'm tempted to just say it's Oberon and Albert, because they're the 2 who start the whole debacle of the base game. And maybe that's why... Hold on, can I metagame it? How badly can I metagame it? Because it starts with Albert murdering Oberon. So maybe Albert was trying to get revenge on Oberon for getting him, like, arrested and all that. That seems quite plausible to me. I'm sure all the details you need are here, but let's just try that. So we have Albert. Albert killed Oberon, so Albert Cloudsley, and then Oberon Geller is the spider. Yeah. No, it's the other way around. Why would that? No, never mind. Huh. So this identity's wrong? Okay. Albert Oberon. Did I mix up which one is which? So that was not the Jem'Hadar? So it's Alara Sinha? Wait, what? Huh. It's like a more colorful Obra Dinn. It is similar to Obra Dinn with a lot more like rummaging around in documents and stuff. So it is Kirti Bandara? So, okay. Metagaming's not working, but what is working is something. So, Kirti Bandara. So this is right, and one of these two is right. So what if we just put in... Okay, so Oberon Geller is right. So Oberon Geller is the spider, but they captured someone else. Metagaming helped, possibly. Right, because all I have to do is, if I move Oberon over here, then... Actually, yeah. That's wrong. Okay, great. So who did they grab here? Who was Oberon meeting with? Because he met with all these other people. So we can probably... So on November 22nd, Friday, I will verify the time you specified, please be alone. And then this is his schedule, and we know that it's meeting with the old butterfly. Would make sense. And also ties in with their silly comic. That this is the old butterfly. So who the hell's the old butterfly? I guess we can try to figure out who everyone else is? Meeting with the nephew of the bookworm. Meeting with the double widower. Meeting with the money bag. Meeting with the green boy. So he met with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Was planning to, at least. Meeting with Green Boy presumably hasn't happened yet. Maybe the oldest of the bunch? Maybe. So this is supposed to be with 5 people. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names here. So... there's a 6th person? Because he wouldn't have had a meeting with himself scheduled. So who's not included in this list? We have Our Cloudsley, Narcissus Montalban, Cloud Davro, Oberon Geller, and Ruben Hendricks. And we know that the spider is Oberon. I actually got what the fuck? Oh. Makuru Ikusawa. It's very good. What other... I've already shared my suspicion of the disaster rebirth ritual. He's one of the shareholders of Titania Printing House. Honors not only his name. He goes by the name of Spider. I plan to meet him as Printing House. Let me settle my private matters with him first, and then he's all yours. Oh! And this is in Lumerian script. So he was meeting with the priest. Right? Cause yeah, he got the priest was part of the shenanigans. Okay. So is that the priest that they've captured? And he stole the priest's garb? And that's why that's over here? He had a fake beard at the ready, but he grabbed his cloak and zipped out of there? Taking notes is good. Yeah, I'm usually too lazy to, but it usually helps. So what was what was the priest's name? Was it Kara? You picked Kara? Oh my god. Oh my god, the soup we're cooking is at a light simmer, chat. Now to bring it to a boil. Is the magic trick the golden idol? This is you pick Kara. And this guy is Albert Cloudsley, maybe? Was he the one? Where did I say learned about? Oh, that's all wrong. That's not you pick? Or that's not the golden idol? Looks like Gonzo. He does. Let's not. So over a card game, this guy told the spider about, I'm assuming it's the golden idol, right? It's called the golden idol. I'm putting that there. I'm putting that there. He told him about it, and then they used the golden idol? They had the golden idol, and the prince had it and used it to secure his victory? Something. And then this guy's like, hey, I have a present for you. And he's like, see ya. I stole your wings. So who's the guy that told him about their treasure in the first place? Banished from the Society of Hermetic Thought for revealing their secrets. Claims to be able to switch someone's life off. And he's like 1,000 years old. He had the golden idol. He had it. So Narcissus Montalban had the golden idol. Why did it take me that long to figure that out? Why would he have talked about it? Why would he have... I mean, I can test it. Narcissus Montalban, and I can just toss like Albert Cloudsley in here. Okay, that's wrong. Someone else ratted him out. Talked about his secrets. He's a master swordsman, extremely dangerous. Oberon Geller, as connections to the underworld, curious about Lankan culture. Somewhat dangerous. Shipwright former carpenter has a one leg. Made a fortune in Pajak. Somewhat dangerous. He doesn't really give a shit about Lemurian culture. So it makes sense that Oberon would have been the one to figure that out, but he's the spider. He was told about it by somebody. But whomst? Was that in a different... Was that in an earlier level? Didn't I solve Old Butterfly? I mean, I thought that was Yupik. But if I put something in here, it should be like you have two wrong. Scrolls not filled in correctly means 3 or more things are wrong. So that's not Yupik. So then who is it? Unless magic trick isn't the idol. Well, that's fair. Yeah, maybe the magic trick is something else. It could be the rebirth ritual. Let's try that. And then just any random name. Okay. All right. So why did he care about the rebirth ritual? Bada bing. So then this guy was like, hey, there's a thing. Was that from Zubiri? Was Zubiri the one that told him about that? That makes sense because they were together at the card game. Okay. So Zubiri told Oberon Geller about the thing over drinks as a distraction, I guess? And then the spider's like, yeah, haha, I'm going to fuck with your shit at the rebirth ritual. And the priest is none the wiser. And the priest's like, look, I have a gift for you. And he's like, see ya. Yeah, haha, you found me. His dad's the old butterfly. Oh, he's the young butterfly. Nephew of the bookworm. Double widower, moneybag, old butterfly, green boy. Maybe he's green boy? Hey, Oxybee. He's a Korok. Who found him? Okay, well, what's next? Putting together the story. The spider created a situation where he blanks blank. He, therefore blank, the secret of the blank to the blank. To the spider. The secret of the rebirth ritual? Maybe? You let me worry about blank. The spider created a situation where he blanks blank. He saved his life. He saved Zubiri's life. Therefore, Zubiri revealed the secret of the rebirth ritual, the spider. That okay, all right. I don't. It feels it feels like a magic trick when in trying to like figure out what the answer is. It's like, oh, now I get it. Now it makes sense. So he did in fact make him cheat at cards. He set him up to win, knowing that Bill was going to fly off the handle. And he set up this chain reaction. Maybe he didn't set up the whole chain reaction, but he knew that Bill was going to try to take his ear and that a friend of a man he had hired would step in. And he got fucking lucky? The spider's web indeed, yeah, but he managed to save his life. And then, in hanging out after that, he was like, oh, so there's this rebirth ritual that is in this part of the nation and it's all rigged. And he's like, ah, that will help me and my company. So, to help the Seven Seas Company, the spider blanked the blank of the blank at the Raja's court. But blank settled it when he blanked the blank of the blank to Raja. Okay. Best mod. Tell the Seven Seas Company deserve. I'm just stuck on the very first verb. Tell the Seven Seas Company the spider blanked. I'm assuming that it's the rebirth ritual at the spider's court. The secret. Isn't there a secret somewhere? No, I guess not. He concealed the sabotage? Can you say dot in your sentences so the auto CSS separates your words? Unfortunately, no. Sorry. Dot. Stop. What if I end every sentence with stop like a telegram? I don't think this is right. Make sure to say stop. Stop. Do it in an old-timey voice. Coming to you live from twitch.com. It's Man Stares at Mad Libs. Stop. Tonight. Stop. Wherein our hero is confused by simple grammar. Stop. I don't like this. I don't like this. This doesn't seem right. Can confirm that did nothing. I'm okay. Well, first of all, I'm assuming that this is Yupik settled it when he... Why is this present tense? I guess because that's helpful. When he concealed, instigated... Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess part of the problem is I still don't have a full, concrete grasp of what happened there. So he... Yupik Kara worked to conceal the lady inside the box. But didn't that backfire? He was planning on getting the princess to ascend, but then the prince... No, because the spider made sure that Albert Cloudsley gave the poison to the prince and was like, if you fail, go into the mouth of the statue. And then that said, throw it into the eye, and then he did that, and they didn't. And see what's present tense. Princess and the rest I'm lost on. So I'm like, what was Yupik's role in that? To me, it seems like he was played, and that's why he's mad and met with them, and then he got killed. But the final scroll needs present tense, the rest are past tense. Okay, so those used there. He planned to blank. Force blank to blank. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Tell us who's on the spider. Concealed or instigated, or it could be saved or revealed. I could reuse these. He saved the life of the... They don't exist at the bottom? You can reuse them from up here. You have to. That's a mechanic they established in the base game. That's you occasionally have to reuse words from other places. Them disfiguring from the bottom is just kind of like a nice thing, because otherwise it's like, sometimes words are not reused. He saved the life of the clothing sabotage. I'm like, this one fucking sentence I'm so stuck on. To help the Seven Seas Company, the spider blanked the blank of the blank at the Raja's court. But I'm assuming Yupik settled it? It has to be Yupik. Not only is he depicted in the comic there, but also the only other name of someone who is present for that is Master's son. And I don't think that it's Master's son. Also, I don't think we have his first name here. I don't remember. Because we have his son's name, Alara, but... Yupik settled it when he blanked the blank of the blank to Raja. When he revealed the secret... I keep trying to find the word secret. The location? It must be a location, because then the Raja was like, oh, I'm taking your son with me on our journey. Did he reveal the location of the golden idol? Is that where it gets tied in? Was that the information he gave him? The secret of Monkey Island. That checks out to me. Oberon Jacob Geller. I legit hadn't thought of that. We're proper cooking. There's no way the spider planned all that. There's no way. How are we to assume that Mr. Oberon Geller knew that Yupik Kara knew where the golden idol was, and so concocted a scheme where the Raja would be mad and want Yupik Kara's son's death, and so Yupik Kara would reveal that information? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, to help the 7-6 coming, the spider blanked the blank of the blank blank. He sabotaged it. He instigated it. He concealed it. You can swap where these are. I didn't know that. Look at case 2 again, perhaps? I probably need to. Cause I'm trying to think, it's like he got the daughter killed. So it could be that he saved the son, he saved the prince, but I don't have, it's like, any way I think about it, I'm either missing the verb or I'm missing the noun. So I'm thinking about it wrong. I feel like this is probably rebirth ritual. The rebirth ritual at the Raja's court. So he blanked the blank of the rebirth ritual. He stopped the sabotage? Maybe working backwards is working. He concealed the sabotage? He instigated the sabotage. Jesus Christ. I think I was thinking about it, I was trying to think about it in specific terms, but I mean, you know what? It follows the first panel, where it's not like, here's what happened at the card game. It's like, none of that matters. He saved Zubiri's life. You gotta big picture it. Okay. Because the spider had blanked the blank of the blank to him at Titania Press. However, prior to that, blank had tipped off blank about the blank of the blank. Okay, because the spider had he'd foiled his plan. Jesus Christ. It's just a wall of blanks in a row. Because he placed the blank of the blank to him, he wanted to get the location of the idol, presumably. Because he had saved Zubiri's life, Yupik Kara revealed the location of the golden idol to him at Titania Press. I mean, that's the only way it makes sense that he would know that. Because Diddles had Diddles as Diddles. However, prior to that, blank had tipped off blank about the blank of the blank. So is that what's here? I've shared my suspicions about the disaster of the rebirth ritual. He's one of the shareholders of Titania Printing House. My honor does not allow me to reveal his name. He goes by the name of Spider. I plan to meet with him in the printing house. Let me settle my private matter with him first, then he's all yours. Oh, his first name is Putra. We do have his full name. So prior to that, Yupik had tipped off Putra's son about the meeting, the hatch. I'll punch the front door. There's the hatch. Ambush of the spider. He told them the location. He told them where they'd be of the hatch. The location of the meeting? The location of the spider. Duh. Okay, yeah. We're moving. We're grooving. Because the spider had saved his son's life, Yupik revealed... So he was just like, at that point, he's like, well, one person knows, so now I'll just tell everyone where the golden idol is. Hi, Hearth Colvin. Thanks for the raid. Welcome. You're staring at a man unwinding at the seams, staring at Mad Libs. How you doing? Hope you had a good stream. The stew's nearly cooked. It's at a broil now. Final panel. Okay. Blank had blanked to blank after the meeting at Titania Press, but Blank had warned Blank with an encoded message, so he forced Blank to blank and wear a blank. Blank was caught as he left through the blank. Meanwhile, Blank left through the blank, then killed Blank and escaped. Okay. Thank you, Tori Dawn. We're knee-deep in Case of the Golden Idol DLC. Yeah, we're very deep into spoilers. He killed Kirthi Bandara. Oberon left through the door. Wear a mask. Yupik was caught as he left through the hatch. He forced Yupik to switch clothing. Yep. Blank had planned to ambush Blank after the meeting, but Blank had warned Blank with an encoded message. So is there a message in here? Nah. Rest my debt to you. Guards will attack after Lemurian leaves. The Master of Library said this. I did not put that together. That was a. So Siva Udawate gave him a heads up? Who is Siva Udawate? Are they making more DLC for this game? Because... who indeed? Siva... Udawate had warned Oberon. So, Putra's son had planned to ambush the spider, Oberon Geller. Done. It is done. The Lemurian priest had hoped to fulfill his honor-bound duty by revealing the location of the golden idol to Oberon Geller before allowing Putra's son to ambush and arrest him. But Oberon had been forewarned, so he forced Yupik to exchange clothing at gunpoint, made him wear a mask, while Putra's people were distracted by the masked Yupik. Oberon, disguised as the priest, killed the guard and escaped with the map. Oh, he had a map. Okay. The soup is done. The soup is ready. Listen, Albert. I hold a proposition of business. He did it. He has a proposition. We did it. Dog! A dog image. Is this the... Okay, that's just that. Okay, and then that leads quite cleanly into this. I have a proposition. Yeah! Gotcha. So this was the map that... okay, that's cute. So now we know where that map came from. All right. Holy hell. I need to just turn off my brain for a second. It's a crap line. What's I'm gonna... Look at this. Look at this. You was trying to have it both ways. Yes. Yeah, because in the second part, Oh no, it was in his book in the third part. Very good, Buppo. That in their culture, if someone does good to you, you have to perform good back to them. So he was bound by tradition to do a great deed to him, to be very kind to him in return. So, yeah, he showed up and was like, okay, I will tell you the location of the golden idol, knowing that he was gonna get ambushed right after the meeting. But whoever the hell that master librarian guy was, both provided information on everyone the suspect could have been to Master Sun, and also notified him of the ambush, and so he was ready for it. A mitzvah. A mitzvah. Now you owe me. What happened, Doig?
There I am.
What happened here?
There I am.
I was like, oh, I should zoom out to see how it compares to like next to me.
What happened to you? What happened to you, Doig? Doig, what happened?
I forgot.
What do you mean you forgot? Please rotate.
Doig? What is happening to Doig? What happened to Doig? Oi. Got hit with a Joker bomb. Yeah, God, that was... They crammed a lot into those 3 levels. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And also, I can't help but notice that there does seem to be room precisely here for one more DLC. I don't know if they've announced if they're cooking, but... Because now we have a very clean backstory to how they got the map and how the game started in the first place. But the question is, like, there's one question that now they've asked, which is... Or made me ask, which is, who is this other guy? This whatchamacallit. The Siva Udawate. Don't know. The Master of Archive and Library. He's playing both sides. So I don't know. The elephant in the room. I highly doubt he's... What's his name? This fucker. What was his name again? Edmund Cloudsley. I doubt that. There's no way he goes that back. This is when he learned about the Golden Idol in the first place, so... Yeah. I don't know. But... That was... listen, I adored this game, and that was a great DLC. I got through it a lot quicker than I thought I would, even with Pooh Brain. This asshole! Yeah, if you haven't played the base game, you should do it. It's a very good time. Yeah, that was very satisfying. Thanks for watching me suffer through that. Oh, the guy had the idols over 1,000. Yeah, that's also, like... Why did they know... Why did he know where he had buried it on that island? Why had he buried it on the island? What that indicates is that he was like, I've been around 1,000 years, I'm done. I'm burying it in the dirt on this island, but I'll tell you where. So that the golden idol can fall into misbegotten hands and ruin the world. So, we saw a puzzle. Yeah, I don't know either. The only place that, if they made another DLC, it would have to either go further back or just be parallel with this and just explain some other side of it. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I would not, if they do another DLC, I'm like, great, I'm there. But if they don't do more, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine with these questions being unanswered. It's just kind of like, huh? It seems like they could have had any number of different ways for the spider to be tipped off and told in advance. That was fun. Thank you. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, I trust these devs. The horrible shitting gnome. Listen. Show the creation of the... Go way back. There you go. Thank you so much. Dave, thanks for 100 bits. Don't know if you've talked about it yet. I'm so far behind in VODs. I've been loving the Pikmin 4 demo and how surprisingly generous it is. Really good entry point for new Pikmin fans. Yeah, I think that's probably why they did it. I have not played the Pikmin demo. I don't plan on playing the demo because I plan on just picking up the game. I will very loudly shout that you should not pre-order games. You should always wait until reviews are out, early impressions are out, day one patches are out and whatnot before you buy a game. I don't have to practice what I preach. Thank you, Neil. I'm allowed to sit here and be like, don't do that, but also I will buy these games. But it's I do think that my situation is different as a streamer, because if I buy a game and stream it, even if the game sucks, I still get something out of it because I streamed it and I shared that process with you all. So I don't mind that. I just think if you're like, I spend my disposable income on games and I want my money to go into a good game, you should not buy games before they're out. Do as I say, not as I do. Exactly. The gnome Julia Drawfee loves to prank Nathan Drawfee with issues. Also that too, is that in streaming it, I basically can break even and turn a profit on buying a game that sucks day one. Just look at my cyberpunk VOD of it destroying my computer in real time. Toasted Toasters, thanks for 52 months. Tazboom, thanks for 16 months. Cycle Hexane, thanks for 31 months. I think something went terribly right. I'm subbing again. Darkham the Fox, thanks for 43 months. OxyB, thanks for 11. Mystery In with Barry Chat. What more could I ask for on a Friday night? Bum, bum, ba, ba, ba. Hearth, Coven Games, thanks again for the raid. And Neo Aether, thanks for 44 months with a tier 3. You can golden gorgle if you want. And also the Bomberman emotes and all those goodies. Thank you so much. Very kind. Never trust a corp. They called it the first DLC, did they? I guess I could see what they said on Steam. DLC support, Golden Isle. Yeah, no, I'm definitely down. That was excellent. Yeah, they did say we're very excited to launch the first ever expansion for Case of the Golden Idol on May 4th. So maybe more. I mean, that was great. Anyway, I'm out of here. Short stream, but I'm fine with that. I will get some work done. Thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate y'all hanging. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great Friday night, great rest of the evening, weekend, and such. I should be back Sunday. There's a very slight chance I may not stream Sunday. I will post any updates in the Discord. And I'll also update the schedule on Twitch. There's there it is. There it is. Yeah. Do 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 do. Let's raid. I activated ions. You fell on the fence. We rattled you out of there with the base. Let's raid Mr. Pig. Formerly, they call me Mr. Pig. Now, Fantastic Mr. Pig. They're streaming some Hollow Knight, which is a great game. Go wish them a happy Friday night. You're just in time for the end of stream, Monster. Short stream. Your timing is impeccable, though. Yeah, I don't got anything to say. This is neat. You know what I really respect about this DLC is that even though it's been a while since I played the base game and a lot of the details I wasn't as fresh on, mechanics-wise, they were like, we're just building on top of where the base game left off. They didn't spend half the DLC ramping you back up. They just kind of started. The first part is the simplest, but I really like that it was meaty. There was a lot to sink into there. I really enjoyed it. So it was good. It was real good. So thanks again for hanging, everyone. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Go check out this game. Go check out the DLC. It's on sale on the Steam Summer Sale. It's like 20 bucks, 17 bucks for this and the DLC. Anyway, goodbye. Thanks for watching, VOD Watchers. Hope you enjoyed this short but sweet little interlude with the Case of the Golden Idol DLC. Thanks for watching. Be well. Have a good Friday night. Wherever you are, make sure it's a Friday night. Take care now. Bye.